I went to Bogota, Colombia as a single white male to see how dangerous it was. And right away, this guy comes over with a machete, demanding I put his meat in my mouth. I just made up a lie and told him I was vegan so he would go away. And there's a real drug problem here too. Just look at this poor dog addicted to Coca-Cola in the middle of the street. But my real concern was about getting drugged and robbed at a bar if I went out alone, as I saw that can happen a lot in Colombia from other videos on YouTube. But thankfully I made it out of here alive and wanted to share how I stayed safe in Bogota, Colombia. I stayed in this place called Zona Rosa. It's all the way north in Bogota, which I heard is safer as you go north. So I'd recommend staying here, especially if it's your first time. Or if you want to see dogs, there are tons of them here in Zona Rosa. This is the hotel I stayed at. It was pretty great, and it was only like $50 US a night. And if you walk about 5 minutes south, you'll find this huge T-shaped pedestrian plaza. Some people call it Zona T. And there are all these bars and restaurants and people getting wasted all hours of the day, mostly tourists. It gets really busy at night, and this is where I went out. And you'll see tons of these security guards all over the place, which I have a feeling deters a lot of the criminals. I spent most of my nights at this Irish bar here, drinking this delicious coffee stout. People there were really friendly. I got in a conversation every time I was there. But to make sure I didn't end up going home in one of these police vans, I always kept an eye on my drink. Never trust someone just because they're friendly if you just met them. And never ever leave your drink unattended in Colombia. Aside from getting drugged, the threat of getting robbed seemed pretty minimal, given how crowded this Zona T was until like 1 o'clock in the morning. There are a couple nightclubs too, like this Federal Rooftop. I didn't go into any of them. It's kind of weird to go to a nightclub by yourself, but if you're with a group of people, you may want to check it out and you'll probably have a great time here in Bogota. As for prices here, everything's super cheap. Like a beer costs maybe $3 US, and tip is usually included, about 10%, although this place La Cerveceria tried to rip me off and had me double tip them. Check your bill, and if it says 10% somewhere on it, your tip is already included. And my biggest tip for going out alone is to just stay around other people. Like when you're walking back to your hotel, don't go down a sketchy road like this where no one else is around. It makes it easy for someone to come out and jump you with a knife. But if you do get robbed, you can go to this shopping mall right next to Zona T, where you can find name brand goods to replace all the items that your criminal stole from you. While Zona T is a great place to stay and go out as a tourist safely day or night, you'll probably get bored after a few days and want to see the downtown part of Bogota. Unfortunately, that's all the way south and completely out of the way from Zona Rosa. So most normal people would take public transportation or a taxi cab, but I read online about these express kidnappings where if you get into the wrong cab, they'll drive you somewhere and then these armed thugs will get in the car, drive you to an ATM and demand you withdraw all your money. So I of course walked all the way from Zona Rosa to La Candelaria in Bogota. It's about a 2-hour walk each way. I suggest wearing headphones even if you don't listen to music, as a lot of street peddlers will ask you for money. At least they'll think you're not paying attention. You'll know you're getting close when you start seeing tall buildings like these. And you'll start seeing these pedestrian-only plazas, free of cars, which are not only good for the environment, but also for all these street peddlers who try to sell you even more stuff you don't need. So this here is the main tourist area, called Plaza de Bolivar. And I was surprised to see all these llamas here. Apparently they charge people to take photos with them. And they sell all sorts of things here, like these balloons, fruits, candy, etc., cigarettes. As you can see, this poor llama being exposed to secondhand smoke. In addition to all these secondhand goods you'll be exposed to that these people are trying to sell you, I recommend not making any eye contact with them. So I don't really see what the big draw is here about La Candelaria. The streets were fun to walk around in, colorful and historical, but I got pretty bored after about 15 minutes. I would definitely check it out, but don't expect too much here. And when you do get bored, there's this nice Irish bar you can go to about 5 minutes away from the main plaza. And I would only come here, not to this bar, but La Candelaria in general, only during the daytime. During the nighttime, it gets dangerous anywhere downtown in Bogota, so stay up by La Zona Rosa. So that's it for me and my time in Bogota. There are a lot of other things to do outside of the main town, like there's a salt cathedral and some other stuff you can do in the mountains, but that's honestly too much planning for me. So I hope this video helps you stay safe in Bogota. Thanks for watching until the end, and please like and subscribe for more.